Okay, so we'll go live. Anyone else, Bush?
No.
Okay. So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thought we'd begin with, well, actually, there's three interesting topics that are emerging today. One is the nature of time. Why do we celebrate New Year's in the middle of winter? But that's a different story. So we'll park that for a moment. But we want to look at health, meditation and health. What do we mean? For the first question is, what do we mean by health? What do we mean by health? Do we mean that I have no pain? That's health? Does it mean that my mind is still, is that health? Does it mean that emotionally I'm in a space that's whatever, however you deem health to be? Well, what is it? So what's health for you?
I think it's a bit of all of that. All of that.
Okay.
Body, mind,
Emotion and physical. All right. Well, there's a different health. What about meaning, purpose, your sense of self in the wholeness of the unfolding nightmare around you? How much meaning do you have in that? Yeah. So we begin to see health in different ways.
Yeah.
Health, and where does it begin? And how do we know when we are unhealthy? What's the measure? Well, let me give you a little bit of science. The first understanding is that our body has these nervous systems, parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system, flight and fright response. The moment your flight and fright response is switched on, the moment it's switched on, you have an emotional response. It's kind of coincidental. That emotional response is telling you it's switched on. Now, what that does is it changes half a dozen things. The first thing it changes is your nervous system. It goes into activation. It's activating. It's like switching it on. Starts frazzling. Your biochemistry, about 120,000 different reactions take place instantly. Your blood pressure increases, your heart rate increases, your glucose increases, you can't sleep, and this is what we call anxiety. And all it is flight response system switched on. Why is it switched on? Well, there are two reasons. One reason is something that you're excited about or something that you fear. There are only those two reasons, no other reason. So there can be real things like a big tiger running at you or a car careering towards you, you become frightened. And this is your flight response system telling you get out of the way. Or you're doing a great job somewhere and you're satisfied with doing your job, you're excited to do your job, your flight response is excited. Works either way. However, if we maintain that, the body becomes used to it. Once it becomes used to it, you will find by the time you've got the ache, it's already been happening with the mind first, then the emotion, then the physiology, and then the ache. That's the last bit out. What the doctors treat is that bit. They treat the symptom. So anxiety is your flight response system. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not ill. You simply need to see what's going on within you. And in order to see what's going on within you, you need to learn how to sit. We don't know how to sit. 24/7 with the phones. 24/7. Don't know how to sit. And because you don't know how to sit, you're now falling apart. Everyone is. Just look around you. Countries falling apart, people are falling apart, mental health going through the roof, suicides going through the roof, poverty going through the roof. What's changed? What's changed? Have to look at while we've been lost. So we've created a reality. Well, we haven't created it, it's been created for you. So you're born in the system. The system kind of feeds you, educates you, gives you your religious stuff, all that kind of stuff. And we believe that. We believe that to be the reality. Well, this is falling apart. Take my word for it. Been telling people this for the last 4 years. This is falling apart. Part of the anxiety is trying to hold on to that which you can't. So we need to recognize it's not just my mind that's creating the flight fright response system, psychological, that I'm creating a fear for myself, or when you judge yourself. When you judge yourself, it's like judging a child. When you judge a child, kicks off their flight fright response system. And when you criticize yourself, you do the same thing. When you judge yourself, you do the same thing. So we begin to become aware of one, first learn how to sit. Two, learn to recognize what the mind is doing, telling you different stories. Just begin to see them. That's all we need to do. Don't need to change anything. Don't need to become anything. Don't need to wear a turban or a beard. Don't need to do nothing. Just need to learn how to sit. And with that, you will see the nature of your mind. You will see what's going on in it. As your meditation matures, it will be irrelevant because you will have the ability to step out of the drama that you create for yourself or the situation around you is imposing on you. You can't do this, you have to wear a mask, you can't do this, you can't do this. Someone else imposing their worldview creates fear. You live under fear for a couple of years, you have post-traumatic disorder. Something we said in 2021. That we are going to get more and more people that can't sleep. More and more people that feel there's this undercurrent of anxiety. Yeah? And yet kind of compelled to be part of it. The Stockholm syndrome. So this is just post-traumatic stress. So don't blame yourself, number one, where your process is. Number two, realize that whatever you're going through, whether it's, so if you seek peace of mind, if you seek understanding, you're seeking, these are just side effects. They're of no concern. They just come by default. The real joy, the real understanding of meditation is when you begin to realize everything that you believe about yourself and everything else is nothing more than a belief. Nothing more than a belief. And all beliefs are lies. That's why we have the word L-I-E in belief. Belief means that which isn't necessarily true, but I think it's true. So it's always based on doubt. So this reality, as it becomes unhinged, many people will suffer this mental breakdown because we're trying to hold on. So through sitting, we realize, hey, the whole thing is taking place by itself. You're not in charge. You're not in charge. It can work with you or without you. There are things you can change and there are things you can't. And the things you can change is your attitude and your behavior. But in order to change your attitude, you have to first perceive the reality. You have to see what you're telling yourself to be the reality. Yeah, you have to see the content of the mind. Right? So we think that little voice that's speaking all the time is you, isn't it? That's why you're understanding, oh, that's me, that is that little voice that's speaking in me. You understand? It's a virtual reality that's being created through all the education and whatever stuff you go through in life. And you believe it to be you. It's not you. And it's always conflict. There are no negative thoughts. Thoughts are thoughts. It's that the meaning you give it. That's a bad thought. That's a good thought. It's your meaning that creates the good and the bad. So we learn to step back. And in doing that, peace of mind comes, anxiety goes, and we get a couple of minutes of peace. And in that, the body begins to rest. That's where your health begins. The mind is at rest, brings your awareness to your emotions. Now, whether it is discomfort or it is comfort, you're not faced by either. You're not drawn to engage. No? So it's like self-regulation. And in that self-regulation is health. That's where health is. Most of the time we react. And as you said, you learn now how to respond. And that's really where um, meditation takes us. Yeah? Okay. So let's do some meditation. But we'll talk about time next time. Yeah, next time. Okay. So as usual, with meditation, we always begin with our posture. So adjust your posture so you feel comfortable and bring your focus towards your back and make sure that it's upright, it's erect, but not rigid. And then taking your focus to your shoulders. And then taking your focus to your shoulders. And your shoulders ideally should not be hunched. So just to make sure that they're not hunched, you can hunch them and let them drop. And then just pull them back a little bit so your chest feels open. Your eyes are closed and your mouth is closed, unless you can't breathe in through your nose. As you draw your breath in, bring your focus to yourself as best as you can. And by this, I mean begin to notice your posture. Notice your body first, right? Just sensing it. And then notice the posture you're in. Does it feel comfortable? And if it's uncomfortable, you need to change something, feel free to do so. But your commitment is now simply to be present to what's going on with you. We always begin with where we are. Next breath in. Bring your focus towards the top of your head. Imagine there's a hula hoop there that comes down to scan your body for sensation. In with the head. Imagine this hoop comes down, it scans your face, and all your sensations that are dominant. Things that you will notice: a pain, an ache, a tightness, an itch. Just scanning your body all the way down. And if you no commentary, simply watching what's going on with me at the moment. Next breath in, bring your focus now and allow your weight, yourself, to be supported. So you can relax a little bit. And you will notice that the seat, where it makes contact with your body, there are sensations in the body. Draw your focus to those sensations. From those sensations, bring your focus upwards so you become aware of your hips. As you breathe out, bringing this focus down your thighs, towards your knees. From your knees, we bring our focus down towards ankles, noticing the back of the leg, noticing the shin, and then just bring it Again, if there's anything that draws your focus, notice what it is. Pain, ache, tightness, itch. And then bringing your focus to the soles of your feet. Now hold your focus there for a few moments, simply to allow us to ground ourselves. Because meditation can make you lightheaded. Bring your focus now back to the seat you're on. Again, notice that the seat holds you in place. And if you were to let go, you're not going to go anywhere. You're held. Not only just held, but you're embedded. You're embedded in the air that you're breathing. You're embedded in this moment. You can't go a minute back and you can't go a minute forward. So allow yourself to be held. Notice that the back is straight and upright. As your next breath comes in, bring your focus from your lower back, gently coming up to your middle back. Again, remember you're looking for sensations that are dominant. From your middle back, bring your focus towards your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders. And now bring your focus to the back of your neck. And if you pull your chin in slightly, you'll notice the back of the neck will stretch. Allow it to be comfortable. And then from your shoulders, gently moving your focus down your arms towards your elbows. From your elbows, you move towards your wrists. Notice the palms of your hands and hold your focus there if you can, as best as you can. And then bringing your focus towards your fingers. Breath in, bring your focus towards your eyes. Notice the darkness. In other words, even though your eyes are closed, you can still see darkness, the back of your eyelids. Realizing awareness, that which never changes, but simply present. As you breathe out, allow this part of the body to soften and relax. Next breath in, bring your focus towards your mouth. Notice the sensation around your lips. Notice the roof of the mouth. Inside your cheeks. And then bringing your focus to the tongue. Does it feel firm or does it feel soft? Allow your jaw to soften. And then as you breathe out, allow your face to soften. Next breath in, once again becoming aware of yourself as best as you can. Again, taking a few moments to notice if there's anything that's drawing your attention. Simply becoming aware of your body as best. Okay. Next breath, we're going to now look within ourselves. So as you breathe in, become aware of your inner space, your inner climate, the kind of thoughts you're having or have been having, and how you're feeling. So first, let's look at our mental space. Does it feel alert? Or does it feel cloudy? What has dominated your day today? What's been your story? And then as you breathe in, bring your focus towards your chest. Just hold your focus on the surface of your chest. And as the breath comes in, notice that the chest rises. And as the chest relaxes, the breath goes out. See if you can synchronize that, becoming aware of the rhythm, the synchronicity between the breath and the movement. You can at your chest. Notice there are subtle sensations within yourself. Then moving your focus a bit deeper into yourself, as though you're right in the center of your body. Hold your focus there as best as you can, waiting, waiting to notice how you're actually feeling right now. Right this moment, do you feel settled? Is this moment suffering, dukh, or is this moment the absence of suffering, sukh? Just this moment. How do you feel? Settled or unsettled? Comfortable or uncomfortable? Is this moment pleasant or unpleasant? On your next breath out, begin to listen to all the sounds around you, allowing any noise, any sound to come to you. So don't look for it, don't seek it out, no judgment, no commentary, just listening. Listening. When you're ready, bring your focus just beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Watching the in-breath moving in, watching the out-breath moving out. Holding your focus beneath your nose with a little bit of effort. If you find your focus has drifted, you've started thinking about something, notice where the focus goes. Bring your focus back firmly but gently. Just beneath your nose, watching the in-breath moving in, watching the out-breath moving out. Hold your focus no matter what goes on. Notice the distraction, bringing your focus back to your breath. Notice the in-breath moves in, has a start and an end. The out-breath moves out, has a start and an end. See if you can notice that. Noticing start, end of your in-breath. Noticing start, end of your out-breath as best as you can. Allowing the breath to breathe by itself. Notice how the breath breathes by itself. If you allow it. Begin to follow your out-breath all the way till the end. Notice when it finishes. And all you want to do is simply notice when the out-breath finishes completely, naturally. Allowing yourself to get deeper and deeper into this moment. Following your out-breath all the way till the end. Notice there's a tiny little stop at the end of your out-breath before the in-breath begins. See if you can notice that. Notice how you're breathing now. Notice if your breath feels light or it feels heavy. Does your breath feel fast or does it feel slow? Stay with your breath. No matter how many times you get distracted, you can always bring your focus back to your breath. And now, as best as you can, bring your focus to the sound of your breath. See if you can hear how the breath sounds as it comes in. How your breath, try as best as you can. Try and listen to the in-breath as it comes in, out-breath as it goes out. Allowing yourself to be absorbed in the listening. Listening. Listening to the in breath as it comes in, listening to the out breath as it goes out, as best as you can. On your next breath out, once again opening your awareness to all the sounds around you, including the sound of your breath. Listening. Follow the sound as best as you can. When you're ready, bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence. Notice how you feel. Notice how the body feels. Stay with your breath. Next breath out, expanding your awareness to include your whole body again. Moving away from your breath, becoming aware of your body. Once again, bringing your focus to the chair or the seat you're on. Notice you're in the same place you began, still held in place, embedded. Sensations where your body makes contact with the chair. Notice your hips. Again, remember you're just scanning them. Sensations, moving your focus down your thighs towards your knees. From your knees, moving towards your ankles, noticing your feet. And once again, coming to the soles of your feet. Moving back your seat. Notice your back is still straight and upright. Shoulders, arms, hands relaxed, comfortable. Your eyes are still closed. Your mouth is still closed. And your face is relaxed. Bringing your focus back to your breath. And now as the breath comes in, you can sense your body. As the breath goes out, you can sense your body. Breathing in, I can sense my body. Breathing out, I can sense my body. Focus to the calmness. If you feel peaceful, bring your focus to the peace. If you feel still, notice the stillness. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw a few slow, deep breaths in, and then in your own good time, gently opening your eyes. Taking your time,